Welcome to the Tactical Dad Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Cook, and in this episode 56, we're going to briefly talk how to zero your scope using the no-tech method and the low-tech method. Now, I'll tell you, I think I'm going to prefer the low-tech method, but I haven't done this yet, so I am sharing what I have listened to, read, watched, and the conversation I've had with four people now. Two experts and two, just enthusiastic people. And the first thing to do, regardless, is to get the gear that you need, get the equipment that you need. So go and get some targets. Go and get some targets that maybe a couple of normal targets, and then some targets that have that are made specifically for zeroing in. So they have measurements along them, along the side and along the bottom in inches. So go grab that, and then let's do the no-tech method first. Now, if you're a guy or a girl that likes math, then this might be for you. I don't dislike math, but I can imagine I won't want to do this that much. I'm probably going to do it one time just because it's probably healthy for my brain. But then after that, I'm probably not going to do it. I'm going to find the most easiest and convenient way to do it, which looks like the low-tech method with a ball sight is going to be the best. So, no tech. First, you need stability. You need to be supported. You need stability. So grab some bags or any kind of firm rest. I have I have this little foam box thing that I can rest the end of my my rifle on. There at the range, there's chairs and a bench, so I can provide a lot of support for when I'm shooting, doing this particular thing, and that's what you need. You need to have some support, because if everything's wobbling around, you're never going to get it straight. So, especially with the no-tech method, you just need to be supported. So, front bag, a bipod, rear bag sitting on a bench, a chair, all of it. And then start with, now typically it's 100 yards that you're going to try and zero in, but start closer. So start zeroing at 25 yards or something first, so be much closer. And obviously put your paper on there, put your target paper on there, preferably the one that has measurements along the bottom and the side. Aim for the bullseye, take a shot with the rifle in the still rested, very secure position. Place your crosshairs back on the bullseye, then adjust your turrets until they're over the shot while moving the rifle as little as possible. Because you might find that even though you're aiming at the bullseye, you're going to shoot low and left or high and right, whatever it is. So then adjust the turrets to be on that, and then move back to the bullseye. Then adjust your turrets over and over and over again until it's as close as you can get. Now, obviously takes a very steady hand. Once you do it a couple of times, I imagine it gets easier. That's like anything. Now, let's go through a little bit of the math. I put this down on paper so I can read it, because I might get lost. Now, once you count how far off the point of impact, once you count how far off your point of impact is from your point of aim, we discussed those two things in a previous episode. You can convert that number into clicks, and you can adjust your scope based on that. Now, I know not all scopes have clicks, actually make a clicking sound. Ours does. Our scope does. Now, you'll find a lot of them do, but just check. And let's say you're using an MOA scope of 0.25 MOA per click adjustment. At 25 yards, and your shot was 3 inches low and 2 inches to the left, consider 1 inch at 100 yards is roughly 1 MOA. So at 25 yards, 1 MOA is 1/4 of an inch. 3 inches at 25 yards would be 12 MOA low. 12 times 4, 48 clicks. Adjust as needed. For the 2 inches to the left, 2 inches at 25 yards, 8 MOA, 32 clicks right, and you should be pretty on target there. Now I would suggest checking out Pew Pew Tactical. It's a great resource. I've learned loads from this blog. This particular example that I just went through is from their blog, so check it out. It does a really good job of showing you this method. Now the low tech method is to just use a bore sight. I can imagine how fast, quick and easy this would be with a bore sight, because you just stick the bore sight on the end of the gun, or depending on how they work. There's so many different types of bore sights and different designs and different manufacturers. They all do the same thing essentially, but you can grab one of these for, geez, I saw some for like $24.99 on Amazon, and they go all the way up to like I've seen I saw maybe $150, $160, something like that. So a wide range, and you can zero pretty quickly with a bore sight. You just put it on, follow the instructions, turn it on, and at your zero range, just adjust the scope so that your dot crosshairs, just make sure that they match. Just make sure that the crosshairs of your reticle, whatever it is that displays through your optic, matches the dot that the bore sight's giving out, and there you go, done. So you can imagine how much easier that is than working through a bunch of math, like a lot easier. I'm gonna do the no tech method just because, like I said, it's probably good for my brain, and it's probably good to go through that whole process just as a learning, just as a learning experience. It's probably a good thing to do. So I'm gonna do that. I'll probably video it as well. But they're the 2 methods for zeroing in your optic: the no tech method and the low tech method. Thanks for joining me. We're going to stop there. We'll go into zeroing your scope after I have done my own. So have a great day, and I'll see you soon.